Hey Sagittarius, how are you? It's Lisa, and I'm here to do the mid-month reading for November. It's a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everybody. But take what does, leave what doesn't. I hope everybody's doing alright. Anyhow, if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for popping in. I hope you enjoy it, and come back and see me again sometime. And for those of you who've been here before, I really do appreciate the support. It means a lot. Alright, what do we want to tell Sagittarius for November 2022? Oh God, why did that sound fun to me, 2022? It did. But anyway, so what are we going to tell Sagittarius 2022? The Five of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, the Four of Swords, Death, the King of Pentacles, and the Star. Alright, let's take a look at this, see what we can find out. I'll clarify with another deck, and we'll pull a couple oracle cards. Alright, Saggies, what can we tell you? It looks like right now, this Five of Pentacles energy, you're feeling left out of something, or you're feeling like at a loss, or just like you don't, it could be money, but it doesn't have to be. But I feel like you just definitely feel lack. So I don't know if, if you don't have enough people around you, if you don't have a relationship that you wanted, you don't have, your friends aren't around or something like that. And it could be money. I mean, it's the time of year that would probably get to people eventually, especially the way, inflation is right now. But what you actually want, though, is like, you want to defend something. So I don't know, whatever it is that you might be going through right now, where you need to defend, maybe your ideas, your opinions, your feelings about things, or, it could even be like your way of life. Like maybe for some reason, because of this Five of Pentacles, feeling you have to defend about how you're living, or something's going to change about your way of life, and you need to defend it. I don't know. But now it looks like what you're actually afraid of is like kind of sitting by and doing nothing. You don't want to sit, you don't want to relax, you don't want to wait till, it just passes you by. So you want to fight for it. You want to work for a better goal, or you want to work for a better, situation. You don't want to just sit there and be like, okay, well, it's happened, it's done, it's over. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel that. But it does seem like change is on your side. So whatever it is that is going on, there's change involved. This could be a personal change, a change from inside of you, or a change in your environment, or change in your outlook, the way you think of things, or the way you're working around things. So I feel like that's like a big plus. You don't want to sit and stagnate in whatever status quo or whatever like is going on. You don't want to be like, okay. You want something to change. So that makes sense. Now this King of Pentacles energy, I don't know. This may be somebody that you are dealing with. It's a male or female, that doesn't matter. But right now, this is like an energy of they're kind of against you, or they're a conflict. So I feel like whoever this is, or whoever this represents to you, it's a conflict to you. So I don't know if whatever situation that led up to that, is them, or even how it got there. But it seems like your outlook is still very hopeful, very feeling that you can definitely have faith that things are going to like the universe is working for you. All right, let's see if we can get some clarifiers. All right. Let's see. What's the Five of Pentacles here for Sagittarius? Why is the Five of Pentacles here for Sagittarius? Five of Pentacles for Sagittarius. Oh, the Three of Swords and the Nine of Cups. So I'm wondering if it was a relationship, you know, something that lasted a while, was built up for a long time. And I don't know if you got hurt, if they got hurt, if something happened to it, and it's causing this feeling of being left out or lack. I mean, so if things are changing in your environment, or how you're going about things, feeling about things, working about things, it seems like that might have something to do with it. What about the Seven of Wands? Seven of Wands. The Ten of Staffs. And the Two of Cups. So yeah, I kind of just feel like it might be, it looks like this was possibly a relationship, but now it's just become a bunch of, like a lot of burden, a lot of responsibility, a lot of things that you have to handle or take care of because of it. And if that's where, you know, the hurt came from, that kind of makes sense. And I know with this Four of Swords, like, yeah, you don't want to sit in that energy. But that also makes sense that after the Three of Swords, it comes the Four of Swords, because you have to go through that healing period. Like, when you get hurt, you got to heal. You can't, like, just go jump back into things, because then it's just never rectified, and you'll always maybe kind of feel it if you don't heal from something. So what about this Four? Okay, fine. Wheel of Fortune. And the Seven of Staffs, the Seven of Wands. All right, so that's what I think. Yeah, you're not sitting. You're not gonna just go with whatever's gonna happen, and you're not gonna fight. You're gonna fight. You're definitely gonna fight. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it's always, this situation's not permanent. Whatever it is, wherever you're at on this wheel, it's always going to keep moving. We're on cycles all the time. And it's a matter of where you're at on it, for how long that you're in that area. And I always thought of it as kind of like, if you ever seen the movie Twister, you know, when you know that you're on a cycle, because I think some people do. So, you know, you get an idea, it's like, why do I keep repeating the same thing over and over again? And you're like stuck on this cycle, and you're like, and sometimes it's just better just, like, did you ever see it, and you go into that, and you watch that movie, and they go into the shed, and they tie themselves to the plumbing and stuff, and tornadoes going over them, and they get stuck up in the air because they're not going to get chewed up by the tornado. And that's always how I kind of think of it. You, like, want to ground yourself. You want to make sure you're away from all the chaos, so you can actually think things through and how you're going to handle it, and, you know, kind of like raise your vibrations a little bit. You know, doing what you need to do, that, you know, listening to music, or, you know, walking in nature, or doing something to make you feel good while you're going through this. It makes it easier to get past. But I do feel like that you're going to, however this cycle is for you, it's a whole, your defense. You want to defend something. So I don't know what happened to this, that you are, maybe, I don't know if you're on the losing end of this. I don't know if, you know, you're trying to make sure you're not on the losing end of it. But yeah, I think you're going to be defending something. You're not just going to let it happen. What's about death? What about death? Page of Swords and death again. Well. That's interesting. So I feel like death being a change, something has to change. Something either outwardly in your environment, what you're around, what you're affected by daily, or internally. Like maybe there's something internally that you need to change. So now I'm wondering with the two of them, the two symbols, that two death coming up, I feel like that's what has to happen. It can't just be external. It can't just be internal. It's almost like a complete change in almost every aspect. And I feel like you have this idea in your mind because you're looking at, okay, well, maybe I gotta like figure out another way to communicate things. I gotta figure out another way how to get my message out to somebody, or I have to make sure I'm understood. And I feel like you need to do that for you to be able to heal past this, to get through this. It's got to be like an internal and external change. So again, it's like your thoughts and your mind and the way you're processing things, and how you're seeing it. But also maybe just even externally, like I don't know, do you have the same? Do you live in the same house? Do you have the same? Do you share a car? Like different things like that. I feel like it's not just what you can do by with yourself. It's almost like it has to go a little further. Like it can't just be internal. It has to be external too. And I feel like you need to just figure out a way to do that. And I heard that's not easy. I can't even imagine what that sounds like because it's not. So how do you do that change? Well, that's a lot of change. So what about this King of Pentacles? What are we talking about this King of Pentacles for Sagittarius? The Eight of Staffs and the Page of Cups. Whoever this represents to you, I feel like they are pushing for this. They're pushing for something fast. Or maybe you're pushing it away fast. Like you're just trying to get them out of your environment, maybe. But then with this Page of Cups, it's like, all right, well, do you have another relationship that you're looking at? Or is it something that they're looking at? Because I feel like I don't know which one it is. I mean, flip it as it resonates. I don't know which one. But I feel like one of you is trying to push this past and get rid of this because you have another idea, or there's another idea for a relationship coming in. Huh. Nice. What about this star? That's Eight of Coins and the Emperor. Oh, so it looks like you're going to work hard, and you're going to be able to get to the point where you're confident in your situation. You're ready to do whatever you have to do. If you have to defend yourself, defend something, and I'm talking like not physically, I hope. But like if you need to defend, you got it. And you have to make decisions that are not going to be easy, and it's not something that you're going to be able to not do. I feel like these decisions might take a little while, because if you're doing all this changing, if that's what it is, if you have to do all this changing to make sure you can heal from this, it's going to take a little while. But I feel like, with enough effort put into it, enough work put into it, you're going to get the strength to be able to do that and not have to, maybe just keep going over it and over it and over it all the time. Yeah, because maybe whatever your situation is, maybe you have to see them all the time. And, that's just maybe not working. Yeah, that's a little much. Okay. Oops. Conclusions are within reach. And surrender to the divine. Yeah. I was like that one. It's kind of like, yeah, let God handle it. Sometimes good, sometimes doesn't work. But yeah, I do feel like if you're gonna do what you need to do and get past all these ups and downs, and when you could stop defending everything, or when you stop being on guard about everything, then you'll be able to heal, basically. Oh, flow. All right. So yeah, you want to make sure everything goes in a nice flow. Okay, Sagittarius, I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, you can give me a thumbs up, subscribe, write me a comment. I would love to hear from you. And I will be seeing you in a couple weeks, all right? Take care now.